23andMe is going into bankruptcy protection. All that information that they have is going to be sold off, maybe to private equity, but that information is going to be everywhere, and people have a reason to be concerned with this information. But what I want to do is pause here and legitimately ask everyone if they understand the reality that we're living in these days. This is how business works. I hate it. I don't like it. I feel like part of us has been stolen and given to business, but this is just how things have been going, especially since we have these phones, these apps, this social media, all of this stuff. There's people doing things like putting PDFs through online converters, not realizing that once you do that, you know, they want to convert it to whatever, PNG, whatever, but then that server owns the thing. It owns the thing. Google owns your emails. Technically, I don't even see why they have to even ask if they want your AI to go through your emails, because everybody knows, any hacker who has ever gotten in front of a keyboard and heard a story from a group of people knows that any email is as open as a postcard. Let me say that again. Any email is as open as a postcard. We came from a time and a place when we had no privacy, and even in the 70s we knew we were going to have these issues. This is where we are. There is a dark market underneath everything, and we need to be okay with it, or we need to personally do something about it. But I know nobody likes to do anything about anything. Nobody likes to go out to protest. No, like, of course protests don't work all that well, right? But it's the first step. It's stage number one. Most people wouldn't take one step out the door in order to help anyone else, including themselves, unless it financially benefited from them. But here's the point that I really want to make. I also don't like that 23andMe is doing what it's doing. But at the same time, we need to accept as a society that this was going to happen. This information was going to get out there. If you think that all of this information was just going to sit in a safe somewhere and nobody else was going to get it, guys, we need to understand this new situation we're in, this new reality that we're in, and act accordingly to it. But as soon as we sent our spit off, that information no longer belonged to us ultimately. It belonged to the world. And that's one reason why I don't like making diaries, because, man, someone's always going to find that, read it, and question what you meant. Oh, and you got to be real careful, because if they don't like you, you know how people can flip things to make things seem like things. And hell, we can't even have old Twitters these days. Really. If it's not in here, it's out there. It's out there. It's out there. What is the disadvantage of having this out there? Is it the topical? Is it the topical? This is creepy, because that's a factor. That is absolutely a factor. But as someone who's come from this house, I moved out. I got a big divorce after 20 years. Moved back here, and it is so hard to keep your private information private. Like, at the end of the day, even when it comes down to your letters, someone going through your recycling bin can get a lot of your information. Like, a lot. Now, as someone who loves information, as someone who loves data, also, I like the idea of forbidden information being sent out in order to help people in certain ways. Now, I have a hard time attributing that to 23andMe, because that's really private information. But for example, I'm part of the official Pirate Party of Canada, a card-carrying member. It's right there. Anyways, I'm number 359. Anyways, my dad has terminal cancer. He was supposed to die when I was 3. He didn't. He's a bit of a celebrity. People come by to talk to my dad and get answers. They never like the answers. That's the nuance of it, though. Anyways, past that. Let's move on. There are things that could have helped my dad sooner, and my dad could have got better sooner. But there was information that was behind things like paywalls, things like copyright. if we tore down copyright protection, we would be open to solving so many more cancers. Then again, at the same time, if we took all of our Bitcoin miners and put them on the world community grid for one day, we might be able to solve cancer and figure out where every rock came from the Big Bang. Maybe we don't need all that. Maybe we don't need all that, but that's the nuance in the situation. And I just wanted to lay that down. 23andMe.com is losing their information. But how long did you want them to have your information? How long did you think that they would be the only ones that had this information? This is really important information, and we should have assumed that this information would get sold on the black secondary market. I don't really see how it matters so much. Can someone let me know? Can someone let me know how having this information, because to me, it's not like GATTACA information, is it? Or even if it was GATTACA information. Is that it? Is it because this is your GATTACA information? I mean, if they had that, then they could be able to tell a whole lot. Oh man, could you imagine if the medical community had the GATTACA data of everyone? That would benefit society and corporations. I'm sorry, but I think this information should just be out there. And I'm looking for a reason, like privacy, absolutely, privacy, but human suffering. Privacy, human suffering. Okay, now we're getting into that safety versus freedom. I just did the thing, didn't I? Heck. Well, there's the nuance. No one should listen to me, but I think I do have some good points here. No one should follow me on what I say, but I have some good points. I really think that, oh geez, now I need to wonder. So when you look into medical, do they care about their people? I'll tell you one thing, nurses care about most, and people who take care of old folks care. But when I look into the medical community, I see people on an individual level who care, and then a system overall who monetizes human suffering. I know someone who works at a blood bank who used to work at a hospital, and she was really surprised when I knew damn well that they have a book in the back in the States that says how much everything is. Broken leg is this one, if you need that removed it's this, and every hospital is different, and they won't give you the prices, and that's freaking wrong. What it should be is a hospital is like, hey, we're a hospital, we're opening, come on, and no one should really talk too much about how medical stuff goes unless they know how it's gone in the past. But at the end of the day, all that I know is that the meaning of life is to reduce human suffering. I don't know. Lots of nuance in that one. 23andMe, losing out. That's my rant. Thanks for listening. If I'm wrong, bust my balls. Leave a comment. Let me learn, educate. You know what I mean? And but more importantly, take care of each other. There's a real good chance that we're all we've got. Have a good one, folks.